Hello, everyone. Oh, okay, so you know how it goes. What about housekeeping I have to do? Want to go ahead and share, and please feel free to do the same. Go ahead and share it on your page. That'll be greatly appreciated. Do, do, do. Okay, so today we're talking about celibacy. That's right, celibacy. Is it necessary? Is it valuable? Does it benefit the relationship? Do y'all really need to? That's it. Do you really need to? I don't think you do, but what do I know? So I am waiting for next. Actually, I don't think I'm too much waiting for host today. I have a few. I have my own. Of course, I have my own view, my own take on if celibacy is of value, or if it isn't. I'll tell you, these people come with some names. Let me. I feel like I should change mine, but I'm gonna go ahead and ask this person. Are you there?
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
What? We're gonna get to your name in a second. We can't see because you're not on video, but I'll let the people know what your name is in a second. What you.
Here, I will turn my screen on. I'm driving, so I'm gonna put my phone on the holder. Try to get a light on, maybe. I look crazy.
Oh, oh, it's the mood. Okay, I see the mood lighting.
It's not a
Okay.
mood. It's a work mood. I've been working.
Well, that's good. You've been working. That's important. How's your day going?
It's amazing. Thank God. How
Is
are you?
it? Is it? I'm doing pretty darn. I'm doing pretty darn. Not mad at today at all. Not mad at today at all. So we're talking celibacy. Are you ready for this conversation?
Sure.
Oh, as you can see, I guess it's a no thanks for you. Um,
Hey.
F for celibacy. Celibate what? Oh, I celibate. Okay. Why is it no? I'm already. Why is it a no?
I think affection is needed. Physical affection is needed.
Right, but that's not. I don't think that's what celibacy is. That's intimacy. Intimacy is a no thanks. I need intimacy. But intimacy can come in the form of hand holding, conversation, uh, doing adventurous stuff that both of you may like, or one of you likes and the other person is trying to see if they like it. But I don't think that's celibacy. Celibacy is the act of,
Celibacy
you know what
is
I'm saying?
what? I didn't hear you. I didn't hear the last part.
Celibacy is the act of.
Right. And I think that is needed.
Really?
Really.
Okay. 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 I think intercourse is needed for sure. For okay. 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 So with I mean, riddle me this, Batman, is celibacy a thing for men or women? Like who handles celibacy better?
Who handles it better?
Or who
I
can
would
who
say
can actually
women
be
do.
celibate?
I would say women do because I don't think that I don't know. I think that we do have like stipulations with it. It's not just, hey, it's been a week, 2 weeks, so whoever any random will do. I think that there's a thought process that goes along for most women. I mean, some people, they live in their thought life,
For
but
sure.
so I think that women can prioritize commitment and health over a temporary moment better than men.
Okay. Sorry for all that noise. I agree. I think women handle it much better. Um, for sure, for sure. I mean, how you were like, it's necessary. Give it, give it to me. Nah, I
No,
don't know.
saying that. Not saying that at all.
Okay.
Left my mask. Hold on.
Oh, don't want to do that now. Not in this time of fake vaccination cards. I do think women handle it much better. I think men, being that they are physical, like their eyes control their everything else first. I think that they can't, they couldn't handle it for too long. Which brings me to this question in regards to men, because I was talking to a good friend of mine, and he was like, I told him about this guy who said he was celibate for 9 years. And he was like, that's a lie. That is a straight up lie. I don't care what anybody says. That is lying. Do you agree? Because you smiling hard. Do you agree?
I know somebody who says that they haven't done anything in 2 years, and I'm like, I call butterscotch.
Yeah.
But
I haven't heard that. I call butterscotch. That's
so,
funny.
I mean, if I break up, I'm in public, so shopping is a pleasure. Um, I think that I think that I mean I think it can be done, but I think it's very rare. I think it can be done, but it's very rare.
Okay.
But I'm gonna turn my camera off and just
Okay.
listen for a while. Okay.
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 So you feel I'm using a frog. Yeah, help me. Somebody with tech ability, come help me, please. Um, so you feel that a man cannot go that long, especially 9 years, without intercourse. So my question then becomes, because I took him at his word. You celibate, then great. So that means you're not gonna be asking me for nothing. Cool, I dig it. Thank you. I'm gonna hold you to that. You said it, so I'm gonna hold you to it. Do you not think that? Oh, let me no no no. Let me ask this question then. Um, is oral? I'm just gonna get just get right to it. You know what I'm saying? Just right to it. Is oral? Uh, let me see how do I put this? Is oral sex in line with celibacy? If celibacy is no intercourse, is oral sex? Does having oral sex go against that and make you not celibate? And that's for anyone to answer.
Am I the only one on voice?
You are.
Okay. I think that I don't I don't think that they're the same. I don't. I think that if somebody says that they're celibate and they're having oral or dry
Uh huh.
humping, I think that all of that is. I do feel like I would say that they're celibate. I do. I feel like
Really?
yeah, and I think it's so funny because I just found this out like a couple weeks ago about the Amish. They can't be in a room alone with the opposite sex unless they're married, and so the teenagers They will lay in the bed next to each other, and their friends will jump around the bed and cause their bodies to like friction. So they're not doing it, so they think that this is not wrong. And so I feel like the Amish with my answer. I think that that is not sex. Oral and hunching and stuff like that. I don't think that's sex.
Wait, I'm sorry. Explain that to me again. They'll lay in the bed and their friends will jump on the bed and it's not them doing the motion, it's their friends around them that are doing the motion for them.
Right, and they get up with a guiltless conscience. They feel like they didn't do anything wrong.
But they're laying on top of each other
Correct.
with their clothes on.
Some people do it with their clothes off. I just found out. When I found all of that out.
Okay. So if that's the case, if that's the case where oral, let's find another word for it since you're in public. If verbal, if verbal is not does not negate
Uh
celibacy,
huh.
then men can last longer than we think because the point of it is so I would have to agree that this guy may have gone 9 years
Okay, so
because
he said in his 9 years he was doing verbal.
admittedly he was verbalizing, but
Oh, okay.
he wasn't entering caves.
Okay.
Yeah, but he wasn't entering caves. And I would actually and until recently I would have accepted that that was celibacy, but it's not because you're ejaculating. That's exactly the point of sex.
Okay, so
Like
then
that's the point
masturbation.
of
So then masturbation is not celibacy then.
masturbation is that's self-contained love. And again, and we had this conversation before. I don't agree with masturbation. I don't think, well, for a married person. So I guess, yeah, I mean, that's self involvement. That's not involving other people in your, your, your desire for release.
So what if he's watching a video to stimulate that? Is that still self?
He's watching a video to stimulate him touching himself.
Right, he's watching X-rated video.
I mean, that's no, because you're involved. You're still involving just yourself. And I'm not a fan of pornography, but you're still stimulating yourself. You're still bringing yourself to that point. Um, so no. Now, when you involve someone else, like if someone else is slobbing the knob, if someone else is verbalizing and you are also verbalizing, or maybe that person is just verbalizing with you, and no, that cuts out celibacy because you're being intimate. You're not. You're being physically intimate with someone else, like intercoursingly with someone else. So, so I don't think the dude was he or anybody that I've really spoken to about this because all of them feel like verbalizing is okay. Um, in the midst of celibacy. So yeah, that's what it is. Could celibacy work though? Could celibacy work to make for a stronger relationship? Yes. Okay.
I would say
Okay.
if both people are on board and they're like really focused and like they're determined and they mean it, then yeah, for sure.
Well, I think anything, any kind of celibacy, any kind of situation such as that, both people will definitely have to be in agreement. If one person is like, nope, that ain't gonna fly, and the other person is like, well, this is how it is, then that's not going to work. Somebody's going to be frustrated. Actually, both people are probably going to be frustrated because this person's going to be trying to get some, and this person's going to be trying to not give some, and both people are going to be frustrated. My problem would come in with the person that says I'm cool with it, and they're really not, and then they feel like if I say I'm cool with it, I can have this person, but I'm sure I can get this person to do what I want them to do. That's where my problem comes in. Now, what's the biggest reservation about being celibate? Why are people so against celibacy? Like, why are some? I was talking to a dude really like 5 minutes before going live, and he was like, "I at least got to put a finger in it." And like talk about because he was like, I gotta know what's back to hygiene. I gotta know if you were stiff bored. I gotta know if how you move. I gotta da 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 da. So like, what's why? What's the reservation about being celibate?
I think that because I think sex holds several different different importances. That's a thing. Um, One is it's a stress reliever for sure. Um, a lot of people it's something. The best way I could say it is my mom said, once you start having sex, you never stop. That was her way of deterring me from starting, or one of her ways. One of the ways she felt I wouldn't start by saying that.
It's
So
scary.
once you one and but I think it is very true. Once you start, you don't stop. And I do feel that sex is a drug, and you want that high. So a lot of people, I need to test it out because if you're not as good as she was, I'm not getting the same high. I need to at least get the same high or a better high. And so that's a thing. Or if you're not as good as he was, that goes both ways. And I remember my dad, he said, and one of his ways of keeping his girls
I sort of, kind of am glad that you froze.
say
Oh wait, you froze.
was
His way of what?
am I broken up?
No, now you're not.
I can't hear anything. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I can't hear you. So one thing he said was, because I remember my sister, she said, I want a guy that has experience, because we were all virgins. So I want somebody that has experience, because I don't want them to, I want them to show me, And my dad, he
Teach
said,
me.
that's all good, if that's something that you want, but he said you should want a virgin, because he's gonna compare you with Becky, Molly, Sue, and Betty, whoever came before you. And I think that that's very true. Like, once you start messing around, you know what's good and what's not. I mean,
Right.
my sister always say dead lay. Like, what's good and what's not.
Right. So why not? Oh, you can't hear me.
I can't hear you. I'm going to come off and come back on. I think it's
Okay,
my
I was gonna
phone trying to
suggest
connect.
that. Okay. So with that, okay, that's fine. I dig it. I dig it. I really, really do. But see what? See what? That's got a comment that says see. Anyway, I feel like if I keep using the wrong one. If you don't need, I don't think you need to. I feel like intercourse is more mental and emotional than it is physical. And I agree that this person is comparing you against every other person that that they've that they've intercourse with, that they've had sex with. So if that's the case, if that's just like doing drugs, like you said, that's the drug. That's just like doing drugs. Eventually you're never gonna find the high you've had before, unless you have that one person that was better than everyone else, and you stuck with that person without lying to yourself. Because a lot of people like to lie. You say you're the best I ever had. Women telling men these lies. No daggone well, they ain't no good. So I don't think there should be any reservation about celibacy. I think there's a lot of benefits to celibacy. Do you think there are any benefits to celibacy?
Sure.
There
No limited amount. No, I do think there's a
can
benefit.
be,
No,
sure.
I do think that there's a benefit to celibacy. One, if you're not married, you don't have that guilt that comes along with having sex. If you're a believer, if you're a believer, fornication is wrong, and you won't have that sex guilt. Um, Another benefit is I think you have find other outlets. Um, they might not be as effective, but you find other outlets to get in what you need or to what you want, what you crave, whatever you want to say that.
Hmm.
Um, and I think that there's a power in celibacy. There's a power in saying I own my body, and I'm not sharing it with anybody. I'm good where I am. Like there's I am woman. Hear me, ROAR. I cannot say the word to save my life, but you get what I'm trying to say.
Roar, roar. Girl, me
Right.
either.
My mouth will
Roar,
not allow me to
roar,
do
roar.
that. Yeah.
I gotta say it with a
So,
deeper roar.
right. So, yeah, there's a lot of benefits to it.
But you don't want those benefits.
No, I'm not saying I don't want the benefits. I'm saying that I'd rather be in a committed, healthy, loving, monogamous relationship. And you got to say all that. Because even if you married, sometimes it ain't a one-on-one situation. It be two on one or whatever. You be,
Right.
whatever. Sometimes both parties, two and two. They everybody down for the get down. But
Oh,
I mean, I want to be with one person. I want to be
right.
committed in a relationship. That's what I desire. So, and I do think that
Huh?
it allows you, if you're not like rushing into intercourse with somebody new, or you're like in a new relationship, I think it allows you time to get to know that person better, or a
Right.
form of that person, because some people can hold an act for a whole long time, and you be thinking they one way and then they're not.
That's true. That is true. Just like a dude could be like, "Yeah, I'm celibate," and you're like, "No, you're not." So I just got another comment. I just got a whole other comment that said, "There's no benefit to not." What did you say? There's no benefit to not having sex. There's so many benefits to not doing the nasty. Like you said before, you really get to determine if you actually like the person as opposed to if you like the sex. Because if the sex is good, you lost in the sauce. You lost. You lost. This person beating your A and you lost because the sex is good. You coochie whipped or you peen whipped. You actually get to figure out what you, not just if you like the person, but if y'all like things in common. Like, we're not gonna go to the movies. We both like the movies, but we're not gonna go to the movies because we like sex together. The sex, we know we like that in common. So that takes away from other things that y'all can do together. So there's benefits, sir, to not doing the nasty. I mean, and if y'all already, okay, remember this. If y'all have already did the nasty, right? Y'all already poked the dope. Y'all horizontal poker. Y'all entered caves, and you slid down poles. You know what I'm saying? If y'all already did all of this, you know you like it. You know it's good. You know the connection is there. Can you now stop and proceed with getting to know each other on a deeper level?
I think so. I 100% believe that you can, and still have a strong, healthy relationship where you say, I'm not going to do it anymore.
Okay, I agree. Cool. Right. Do you think that'll ever happen?
I think it happens. I think it happens. I mean, I think, maybe one party might not be as committed as the other party, or I don't know. But I do think that it could happen. I
I
think it
think
happens.
that if sex is absolute, I gotta make sure the car rides smooth, or I gotta make sure this, that, and the third. I feel like what? I feel like what is this? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Who are you talking to? Anyway, I think that it could definitely happen, and I think if sex is just it has to happen, it has to be done, it has to be this, that, and the third, then that would be the way to do it.
I
I
mean,
need
I
to know
think
who this person is. You broke up, so you're gonna have to repeat whatever you just said. Okay, I see who said this. Did you see that last comment? It's like a can of Pringles once you start. Until you run out of Pringles, and then what you do? You run out and get you another can of Pringles, or you stick with the can that you have that ain't got nothing left. Figure that out, sir. So another look, y'all. I need women, and I guess it doesn't help because no thanks obviously doesn't agree with me either, which is crazy. But what does this comment say? Uh, of course you can. I guess you can do the nasty and then stop. Which I mean, yeah, of course you can. And I think there's a benefit to that. You know how to feel. You know what it do. You know what that thing do. But why stop if it's good? You could do both. Get to know each other and do the nasty. Okay, okay. Uh, you can. You can, but your focus is gonna be more on one thing than the next. And trust and believe, I know that for a fact about some people I've talked to. You will be focused on one thing more than the next. So don't do it to yourself. But thank you. Did you hear that last comment?
I did not. Someone called me and it took my sound away.
So so someone said that it's like a can of Pringles. Once you start, the fun don't stop. And then someone else said, yeah, you can stop, but why? Why stop? Well, if it's good, why? You can do both. You can get to know each other and get to know each other. Do you agree with that?
Well,
You said what?
I said, well,
I mean, sure. But from what everybody's always saying is, I have to test drive before I purchase, before I invest, before I whatever, right? So if you've test driven it, if you know what that thing do, and that what the fellas say, if you know what that thing do, then you've got what you wanted. You found out the exact thing that you wanted. Now you take you can take that off the equation, slide that off. Boop bop bop. We don't need that now because I know. Oh, we connected, baby. We connected. Yes. Nice folks on getting to know each other. No,
I think both people have to like really agree and mean that. But I think if you're doing it saying, well, hey, I know you now, so I'm good, and they're not in agreement to that, I think that's mean. I think that's, yeah, I think that that's a bad look.
so do you think they should have that talk beforehand? Like, okay, so look now, I'm gonna let you sample. I'm gonna let you get a sample, but you're not gonna get all that I can do. You're not gonna get all of this, Jennifer Martin, all of this. And then they're like, cool. Let me sample that. Let me see. Let me see if I can. Let me see. And they're like, oh, that tastes kind of right. That right there hits the spot. And
Well,
then they don't want to stop. Who's who? Who's to blame? Like who takes the L?
I feel like if you let somebody sample, you just need to go ahead and do the razzle dazzle.
Not the razzle dazzle, the bamboo pow. I don't know. I guess, but if it's an agreement, we just sample. You just sampling. You gonna sample this track, but you can't use the whole. You can't use the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? You can't. And then and he or she, because I'm thinking the female is doing this. You can sample, and the guy's doing the okay. So like if that was agreed upon, he like cool. I sample it. I sample it, and then then we go back. You know what I'm saying? Then we whatever. I just want to make sure that it is what it is. I just want to make sure that it's good. I mean, is she wrong for not doing it again until he puts a ring on it or whatever agreement they make?
No, I don't think she's wrong if it's been discussed. If they're both communicating that, then no, I don't think she's wrong.
The test driving agreement was definitely geared towards the people that have already been active in the act. Right. Virgins don't need. If you a virgin, you can't test drive nothing. I mean, you better test drive your hand. You're virgining. It's, are you still a virgin if you masturbate? I wonder. Talk about that some other time. Um, I mean, if somebody that's first to buying cars, they test drive. They may not know how a car works. They may have never driven a car before, but they still go. And this is the literal term. They still go to the car lot and test drive cars. I don't think you need to test drive. Do you think that sex is what is sex more of? Is it more mental, more emotional, more physical? Which one?
I think it depends on who you with. I think if you with, it just depends on who it is. So it's physical
For
if you don't.
you, is it?
Right, if you don't know the person, it's physical. If you are getting to know the person, y'all been rocking for a while, it's mental to me and physical. But if it's somebody you've been with for a decade and on and on, it's been a long time, it's emotional. You have now crossed over to the emotional part of it. It's like coming home, being with that, it's like not coming home in the sense of coming into a house, but every time you're intimate, it's like going home. It feels like home to you.
Mhm.
It's a I'm giving you my fears, my anxiety. Like it's like an emotional exchange when you're with somebody. And I'm talking from a girl's point of view. Somebody that you feel is invested in you and who is your protector, your provider, your priest. It's like, hey, this is everything for me. It's not just what they call it, knocking off heat. It's not
Uh
just
huh.
knocking off heat. This is it.
Right. I think I completely I can't completely agree with that. I think if you are not getting to know the person, so this is basic. This is strictly relationship. You want to be in a relationship with this person. You're actually actively trying to get to know this person. This does not apply to one night stands. This doesn't apply to I've known you for 2 days and now we're going points. Like it doesn't. It does. I've known you when I knew you when I was in high school and I've always liked you. That's not like what I'm talking about. So I feel like if you're actively trying to get to know someone, the mental connection is going to be there and then emotional connection is going to be there. I think intercourse, I think sex, good sex, if it's good, it's going to be both more mental and emotional as opposed to, am I on your ear? Am I in your ear? No thanks. Am I on your? headphones or am I like out loud? Yes.
Can't nobody hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Whew. Okay. So I think the good stuff is more mental and emotional, and that's for men and women. And I agree, men do uh handle intercourse differently, at different amounts of emotion, physical, mental. But I think if it's good, then it's going to be, then it's definitely going to be more mental and emotional. That's what I think makes for a good session.
Okay.
But you feel like you have to be with somebody for a long period of time in order to be emotionally involved.
I do. I feel like, yeah, I feel like some years I was painting. I feel like some years before like I'm emotionally involved.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
How long does it take you to get emotionally connected, not attached, emotionally connected with someone?
How long does it take me?
Yes.
I would say, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's a timeline, but I know I'm not emotionally connected to somebody after 2, 3 years. Like you can go. Like I'm not trusting you. Let me define emotional. I'm not trusting you with my fears. I'm not trusting you with my successes, my losses. I'm not talking to you about anything deep with me. I don't care what we're doing physically. You're not getting inside of me, inside of my heart. No, with it's gonna be some years for that to happen.
You know, I've tried that once. Like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be full frontal. I don't know why that came to my mind. I'm gonna be fully transparent, and it was just, it felt off. Like, why am I giving you so much? Like, why am I investing so much right now? It takes me. I'm just saying, I'm not going to give you so much of me in a short period of time. You're not going to have that part of me. So I understand that. Um, would you? I guess this is a question. If your son came to you and he was like, "Mom, there's this girl, and I really don't want. We've done the do it. I'm not a virgin. Let's say he's not a virgin, and he's like, "Mom, there's this girl, and she wants to do the nasty, but I don't want to do the nasty. Um, but what should I do? How would you advise him?
One, I would. How old is the son? That's the question. Let me go there.
I'm gonna say
Well, it don't even matter. He's not.
16.
He's not a virgin. You said.
Right?
Okay.
He's a
I
thought.
would. I would applaud that internally. Like, no, not internally, externally.
Hmm.
But internally, I will question: is he my child?
Why? Why?
Because grants don't rock like that. So I would question, I'm like, are you my daddy's grandson, boo? Like, stop.
Not the males. Not the males
Right. Are
for
you my daddy's
sure.
grandson for sure? But I feel like I would want him to recommit himself to celibacy, even if he has had sex. And I would just tell him she's not the one. Loosey goosey ain't it. Especially if you're only 16, and I'm not judging. But if y'all 16 and she pressing, I think that's a bit much.
Okay, what if your daughter comes to you and she's like, "Ma, there's this guy. I'm not a virgin. He wants to be celibate, but I don't. I want us to get it in."
Is
How
she
would you advise
16?
her?
Is she 16?
Yeah, we'll make her the same age.
Mm-mm. See, I can hypothetical about a dude, about a son, because I don't have none of them. That I mean, that's whatever. But no, I just, and I know this 2022. Oh, you can't control what people do. Blah blah blah. Kids having sex. That and
Tell my mama that.
I don't care what they're doing. I feel like I don't think my child would be bold enough to tell me that. I would want
Bold enough?
I would keep an open line of communication. I would hope that they could come tell me. But because of the way that I'm raising them, I don't think that they would be bold enough to come and tell me that. I just don't think that would ever come out that they could ever get that up because I feel like I would choke the words mid sentence out of their throat. I would not appreciate my child doing that.
So you, so you're raising them to speak to you, to be open, to be honest, to come to you if they have an issue, come to you if they need to talk about anything, but that they cannot talk about.
No, no, the sentence you said, "Hey, ma, I'm sexually active, and now this dude I'm trying to be with, he's trying to be celibate, and I don't want to be celibate." Oh, okay, hold
Because
on now.
I want to see what that thing do. It's not in
But
that.
no, that whole sentence don't even make sense to me. I could understand. It comes to me, "Hey, ma, I had sex. Oh my gosh, whatever." Okay, but you really came my face and said, "Mama thought." That's what I heard. I want to hunt. I'm with this new guy. It's like you 16. How many guys you been with? That's
One. Let's say she
that's
was
a
with the
loaded
one.
sentence. That's too much for me.
Okay, so what if she asked if she loves him?
Is she luck? Brent, get off of me on this one because that don't even make sense. You love somebody, girl. Have several seats. Mm-mm.
Okay, well I'll round it out with this. We'll make it short and sweet today. Oh, it's still not that short. I just realized it's been 45 minutes. I thought it was less. I thought it was 15. Um, does celibacy make? Oh, I didn't even have my little thing. Does celibacy make for a strong relationship?
I wouldn't say it
Or
makes for a strong relationship. I mean, I wouldn't say that because I feel like some people could argue that intercourse makes for a strong relationship because we've connected.
yeah, 'cause we got babies now, or shared a, a transmission.
Nah, I ain't sharing that.
No offense to
I
people.
know what you're saying, but I mean, but I don't think it makes for a strong relationship. I do not. But I don't think it
But
makes for
it
a weak one
could.
either. It could, yeah.
I feel like it does make for a stronger relationship, a stronger relationship. I'm sorry,
How
not
though?
stronger. Because again, it allows you to get to know the person, which will allow for a stronger mental connection, a stronger emotional connection. And then once you get into it, you have all of that connection, your synapses gaps and your dendrites and your I don't know nothing about this stuff, y'all.
Okay.
All those connections have connected in a connection that's connected, and
Mm,
now it's like, ooh,
it's a
the
lot of
physical
connection.
got physical, and it's real physical. Now,
Okay.
and now, am I gonna live that life? I hope so. Bless the Lord on my soul, because I know folks show if somebody watch this and like we get together and we sin. Hello, Lord. I see you, Lord. I hear ya. And we sin. He gonna be on here talking about, hey, remember when Brady said that she gonna be celibate and she can't? She didn't do it. So let me say, I'm going to do my best to whatever. So yeah. Any final words on celibacy? I ain't gonna keep you long. I should have said that at the beginning, like they do at the church house.
Mm-mm.
The shooters on earth. Now, would you like for? Would you? You said you would want them to
You breaking up what?
you would want for them to regain their abstinence from.
For whatever reason, you sound robotic to me.
Your computer. Sorry, sound like I came into this comment because it commented on a different app and it is I think that's me. Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you.
Okay, sorry, I lost my connection. It says she's lying because if the sex is good, she'll share her deepest thoughts with that person. Who lying?
Who said I'm lying?
Oh, who said I'm lying? First,
Oh, because I said I'm not sharing.
and then they added three years plus.
Who is this?
This guy named Jason. Oh,
Okay,
I
Jason,
guess
show
he's watching
yourself.
via
Show
guess he's
yourself,
watching via
Jason.
YouTube.
Say it to my face, Jason. Yes, 3 years plus, and I'm not sharing. And you can, I can send you
Oh,
references.
okay.
I can send you references, boo. I'm not sharing. You are not getting to know me on that level because
I
you're not guaranteed.
I feel like you know that already though. If the sex good, please. That don't mean that don't see. He probably coochie whipped or has been, and he expects her to be peen whipped and doing the stuff that he does. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, Jason, you will open up with me before I open up with you. Trust.
And believe that.
How dare you, Jason? I want to see you.
I don't even know if who I don't maybe right. But anywho, again, I think celibacy can work. Or I think it works if both parties allow it to. It's like sex works if both parties allow it to. One person
Right.
can't like the sex and the other person not like it, and it's like that person who ain't all in, who don't like it, they're not gonna stay there.
Right.
So yeah. Well, thank you for joining me. I was actually just gonna do audio today. I appreciate your time as always.
Yeah,
I
and I
think
love the
people expect
bob.
you. Huh?
I love the bob.
Oh great. It's
I figured
top
it,
man.
but I like the look. It looks cute.
Thank you, girl. I'll be
People like,
your way tomorrow. Um and have a call back. Um but yeah, I appreciate you joining me. I think some people have gotten used to seeing your face. And I'm like, it's whoever join, they join in. I mean, the good thing about the people who join in is I think y'all are very honest. Y'all not as raunchy as I think you could be, but I think you're very honest. So I appreciate your
I'm
time.
not raunchy. But next time I have
That's what I
better
said.
lighting and
Okay.
a better look. I won't be looking like so. All y'all don't get used to this look. It's been a long day.
This is what you're gonna see. Oh, this. Anywho, but thank you. Talk soon. So, ladies and gentlemen who talk so much trash, I don't know what y'all talking about. Anyway, celibacy can work. Celibacy does to me make for a strong relationship, or at least stop jumping right into sex. Take your time, get to know the person, and then work it out if you get there. Like, but if you're thinking about sex the whole time, that's what your relationship gonna be based on. And I don't know what to tell you. So good luck. Goodbye. See you next week. What is next week's topic? I have no clue, but I can tell you now. It is: do we fall for the person or the picture? Do we fall for the actual person or what we see or what we want to see in the person? Do we pay attention to what the person is actually doing, or do we just like gloss over everything and just smile because we like how it looks? See you next week.